Welcome to the Henley neighborhood in beautiful Glen Allen Short Pump, which is part of Henrico County. This is one of the most luxurious neighborhoods in the entire Richmond area. These homes are absolutely stunning. Today, I'm going to take you on a blue tape walkthrough through this new construction home that is very, very close to completion. As a matter of fact, the builder just did the walkthrough with the purchaser earlier today. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the home and let you know what you should be looking for during your walkthrough with the builder, so that you know the issues that you should address prior to closing on the home. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to share with you a valuable resource that will save you lots of time and effort if you're thinking about purchasing a home in the greater Richmond area. And we're going to get after it right now and go inside and check out this beautiful new home. All right, so now we're inside the foyer of this beautiful home built by Youngblood Properties here in Henley. I'm going to walk you around and just point out some things so when you purchase your new construction home, hopefully with me of course, you'll know what to look for. A tape measure and a level are always good items to have handy when you do these walkthrough. And then of course you'll have the big roll of blue tape that usually the builder will give you. And so as we're walking around this house, you're going to notice some tape on the wall. Some of it's blue, some of it's green. Different builders have different color schemes, but a lot of times the blue is a paint item and green can be something more like a texture or drywall related item. So if you see two colors, there's usually a difference between what these both mean. So that's it. Now let's go on and walk through this house, and we will just kind of walk and talk, and I'll show you what we're looking at as we go. So we've moved out of the foyer into the study, which is right next to the foyer. And let me tell you, I've done a ton of these builder walkthroughs over the years, whether it's been through with Youngblood Properties or other builders. Now the builder and their representative will meet you at the home. Now typically they've already walked through the home, and you'll see some blue tape even when you walk in to the house, because they have already walked the home and done their own quality control and probably made a checklist of things, already to bring to you when you come in to the property. Now this walkthrough will usually happen at least a week before closing, because most builders want to tackle this punch list prior to closing so you don't have to deal with them coming back, once you're in the home. Now sometimes this is not always possible. If there's a part they have to order, like say there's a window screen that's broken, it's got a little tear in it, then they are going to have to get that ordered, and that will typically go on a 30-day punch list and it'll get done then. Now, cosmetic items like paint touch-up, drywall repair, any scratches in flooring or countertops, that really has to be done at this walkthrough, because once you close on your home, typically most builders are not going to do any more cosmetic items. Now this just gets into, nobody wants to have a he said, she said type of thing where, let's say when you're moving in, walls get dinged up, or your movers drag the sofa across the hardwood floors and they get scratched. That's not the builder's responsibility once you've taken possession of the home. And just, getting through all your cosmetic defects at this walkthrough will really help, that, and make sure there's, none of that tension later on, if you see something down the road. Now, that's about it. We've seen a little bit of this room. We're going to go on, and I'm going to probably spin around the camera, and because it's going to be hard for me to walk backwards the entire way without probably killing myself. So I'm going to spin around behind the camera, and we'll keep walking and talking, and I'll show you things as we go. All right, so we are coming out of this beautiful study. I love that nice pocket door right there. And we're coming back into the foyer. One thing you may notice on the audio, I'm not sure if you can hear it, there is one of the dang chirping smoke detectors. So clearly there is a battery that needs to be replaced, and I am 100% sure that is on the walkthrough punch list. So here you can start to see where there's some blue tape. Definitely looks like on the hinges of this door, there are a couple issues that need to be addressed. And as we're coming around here, you can see some of the blue tape right there. There's clearly some paint on that hardware that needs to be addressed. As we walk through the foyer, you're going to see where the drywall man, they clearly, these are so obvious they didn't even mark them, but this is where the drywall man had to come point some things up. So obviously that will get touched up by the painter, prior to possession of the home. All right, walking over here, if we get down to this outlet, there's a little bit of area where the outlet cover doesn't quite cover the gap. And then it looks like there's a little bit of caulking in this panel molding that needs to be done. So that is, I'm sure, what that's all about. Now we're heading into the dining room. This is a beautiful room. I'm not really seeing anything in here. Well, a few things around the windows. Again, we've got a little piece of green tape here where I can see a little bit of paint touch up on that window. And then we've got a whole strip of green tape here down at the bottom. So, and it looks like this handle is missing. I'm sure that is on the punch list. So those are things that I am sure the builder will address. One thing I am noticing is a distinct lack of tape in this house. Clearly the builder did an excellent job prior to this walkthrough with their own quality control checklist. But one nice thing about these walkthroughs is the builder's gonna take you around the house. They're gonna show you how everything works. They're gonna show you things like where the main water shutoffs, how the irrigation system works, how the thermostats work, how the appliances work. All those little things. You're gonna get a great introductory view of how your home operates. So one cool thing about this home, it actually has an elevator. See, well, I'm not smart enough to know how to work it. You probably have to hit that call button, but this is an elevator that goes all the way up to the 3rd floor, which I think is pretty neat. Then another cool thing about this house, it's got 2 custom built-in fish tanks on either side of this gorgeous linear fireplace. You've got these great sliding doors that open up to the outside. Again, there's a little, so you can see some blue tape up here. We've got a little paint touch up that's going on there. And then again, we can see where the sheetrocker has come and done a little sheetrock touch up in a couple spots. And my guess is they just didn't mark that because it's so obvious that there was no real reason to. But those are things the painter will get to. Looks like we're missing a switch cover over here, which will be something the electrician will certainly, get to and fix. And then we have definitely some paint issues on the side of this trim. All right, wow, when we get into this kitchen, this thing is gorgeous. This is all custom cabinetry. We've got some high-end Wolf appliances, which is very nice. And I love the quartz countertops and how they took that quartz up the backsplash. It's just a very clean look. And again, I am not seeing a ton of blue tape in here, which means it was clearly a very good walkthrough with the builder. Again, we get into the Butlers pantry. We're seeing some more absolutely gorgeous cabinetry with custom colors. And one thing that's really neat in this kitchen is the split refrigerator freezer, which you can see on either side of the room. That's kind of neat. That's pretty unique. And boy, I love this big 48-inch Wolf commercial cooktop and the pot filler. All right, here I'm seeing my first piece of green tape here in the kitchen. Not sure what that's about, but obviously it has something, I think, to do with the pot filler, and that will get addressed. All right, again, we're seeing a little bit of blue tape on the door, so it looks like there's definitely some paint issues here that they're going to address at this door jamb. And there's a little bit of paint issues down here in the corner at the baseboard. But man, I am telling you, overall, there is not much. I have seen houses with way more blue tape. This is a cool little feature. There is a LK water dispenser built into the wall. That is pretty awesome. Then the garage is back through that door. We're going to hit that a little bit later. But you have this beautiful mudroom area. Little storage area here in the back. And then here, so it looks like we have a little section where, again, the plate's not quite covering the full cut that the cabinet man made. So there's a little bit of touch up and some things there that need to be done. And The floors are kind of dirty. I'm sure there's a final clean that's going to be happening in this house. Usually during construction, at the end, the builder cleans it a couple times. So it looks like they've done a preliminary cleaning, but there will certainly be a final cleaning prior to closing. So we're gonna walk back through this first room. We're gonna finish out the first floor, and then we're gonna head on upstairs and take a look there. This is the guest bedroom on the first floor. See if I can find some lights. Now that is a really interesting light fixture. It is called a fandelier. You can't really see it now, but if I hit the ceiling fan function on that, fan blades would pop out and it would become a ceiling fan as well. So it's kind of dual purpose. It's kind of looks like a chandelier, but it's a fan as well, AKA the fandelier, which I think is pretty neat. Wow, you've got a nice big walk-in closet here. Again, a very distinct lack of blue tape, which means the builder has done a heck of a job prior to this walkthrough, and that's actually what you want. You don't want your house to be too blue taped up. So again, even this bathroom is looking very, very nice. You've got some gorgeous tile work in here. You've got a heated tile floor, which is what that controller is all about. This is a heated towel rack. That's pretty neat. Then you've got some pretty intricate tile here and some beautiful like hand body sprayers. And you didn't see this, but as I walked up to this toilet, the lid, it sensed me coming and the lid actually opened. Almost scared me a little bit, but that is pretty cool. I'm guessing as I walk away, it's going to close itself too. But, so we are not without one blemish. We do have something here. It looks like a little, maybe a little drywall blemish there in the corner that'll get worked out. All right, well that's it pretty much for the first floor, and we have a little bit of a paint issue here where the paint has cracked at that hinge. So that's kind of rounding out the first floor. We're gonna head up to the second floor and see what we've got there. I will take a quick peek in this powder room. It does look like they are still working on some things in here, so that is not quite complete. You can definitely tell there's the painter is not complete in this room. All right, let's head upstairs. All right, we are at the top of the stairs, just taking a little peek around. All right, we're gonna head this way first. Again, you might hear that chirping of the smoke detector. I promise you that is on the list. So now we are into the owner's suite. Here on the second floor, I'm going to flip on some lights. Or actually, this is the owner suite. Okay, again, we've got a little issue with the window there that's marked with the green tape. But I'm telling you, overall, there is just not much on this walkthrough. But again, that's what you would like to see. We're coming into the bathroom here. I'm gonna start turning on some lights. Man, you've got some gorgeous custom cabinetry, some beautiful tile work in here. Just a massive shower. So we are seeing some issues here on the floor. We've got the tile marked. It looks like that might be paint on the tile is what that's looking like. So that'll just be a matter of the cleaner getting in here with a little bit of solvent and getting that paint up. But again, I think we've got one of these fancy, see, there it is. It sensed me coming and it opened up. Again, I don't know if that scares me, but it's kind of cool. Glad I got to show that to you this time. All right, now we're getting into the master closet here. They are getting a closet system done in this house, so that's why you're not seeing anything in here quite yet, because like a California Closets or Closet Factory will be coming in here to do a beautiful system for them. And again, here we've got another one of these very cool heated tile racks. And you've got some beautiful fixtures here in the shower, the handheld. So another thing they'll definitely do is go through all the thermostats and show you how the thermostats work. These are all pretty high tech these days. They're all programmable. They're all Wi-Fi compatible. You'll be able to put a app on your phone and control your home through a phone app. So that's pretty nice if you're laying in bed and you say, boy, it feels a little bit, warm in here in the bedroom. Just pull your phone off the bedside table and, turn down the AC or turn up the heat. All right, here's where the elevator stops on the second floor. It's pretty neat. Now we're coming back in to here. All right, we're in one of the auxiliary bedrooms. Got a closet. Got a beautiful bathroom. Again, I'm wondering if the toilet is gonna sense me coming. Oh, nope, not this one. But that's all right, they don't all have to do that. Oh, that's just some gorgeous tile work. All right, we're coming back. Again, here is another thermostat for the second floor. So there's different zones on the second floor, so you can control different parts of the house independently. Again, there is just not a lot of blue or green tape around here, which that just means it's been a heck of a great walkthrough. So you're just gonna get a lot of tour of a gorgeous house today. Okay, here we go. We definitely have some markings here. It looks like the caulk. It needs a little caulk where the backsplash and the drywall meet. We definitely have a caulk seam, so that is what we're talking about there. Oop, that one was nice enough to open for me. So again, we have a heated tile floor, which is that thermostat right there that the builder, if you have something like that, they'll show you how that operates. You've got this nice heated towel rack and they'll explain to you how that works. Got some gorgeous tile in this shower. And we're gonna keep on trucking to the next room. Another thing while we're talking about HVAC is the builder will show you where all of your return air vents are. Here's one right here in the hallway. And they'll let you know what size they are so you can buy extras to replace them, because that is very important to replace those every month or so you keep them dust free. That helps your system run most efficiently. So now we're in the laundry room. That's pretty cool. They really have this front loading washer and dryer built up so it's super easy to get to and you're not breaking your back bending over to put your stuff in. So we do have a little drywall issue right there that'll get fixed. And then you have this built-in ironing board. There's just a lot of cool little bells and whistles in this house. Very, very cool. Then we do have some dings on the window and a little touch up there that the builder will be fixing. I think I just found the rogue smoke detector that is chirping. So again, we're gonna spin around this room and take a peek. Not much here. And to let you know, when I say we're in the middle of this room and I'm spinning around, that is really the correct way to view paint. Some people want to get right up on the wall, 1 inch away and be looking right down the wall with a flashlight. And if you do that, there are imperfections in paint even in a new home. So really, paint is supposed to be viewed from the middle of the room, and you do a 360 around the room and see what you can see there. Now everybody's going to get a little closer and find some stuff, but that is technically the way to view paint. So we're going in this bathroom. Again, we have the cool heated tile thing. Got some gorgeous shower doors, gorgeous tile. All right, let's head on up to the third floor. Okay, we're coming on up. Third floor here. Now here you're gonna see the final stop for the elevator, which is right here. We've got another full bath here on the third floor. And you have what is going to be the movie room. So you've got stadium seating here where it looks like they'll have some seats up top. And then as you come over, there'll be some seats down below. And this must have just been so obvious. There should be a plate on there, but I think it was just one of those things so obvious they didn't even put a piece of tape on it. But that looks like where it's getting set up for a big home theater here on this wall. But this will be one heck of a nice theater room up here. And then you have some space back there in that dormer where you can, have a foosball table, whatever. Cool place for, kind of entertaining. I think we're gonna have some storage areas up here as well. So now we get into the attic. And of course the builder, this is obviously a place where they store a lot of the excess tile and other materials. And the builder will come up here with you and walk through this. And you're gonna see, this is where the HVAC equipment is. And you've got a second furnace here. One of these is for the third floor and the other is for the second floor. The first floor furnace will be located in the crawl space. But you notice they have these pans. These are the type of things the builder will talk to you about. That overflow pan, it's got a drain coming out of it. And if any reason things back up and water comes out of there, it will hit into that pan and it should drain out. Now, if that drain gets clogged, there is typically a sensor that will, if the water gets to a certain level in there, that will stop your system from running so you don't overflow the pan. But it is a good thing, and the builder will talk to you about this, to come up here every now and then, just check these pans, and they should stay dry, but if they don't, that's something to look for. All right. So we're going to come back out of this area into the hallway. And that finishes up our third floor. Let's go down now and take a look in the garage. All right, we're heading down into the garage. So things that the builder will talk to you about in here are, you've got two Rinnai tankless hot water heaters. These are currently set to 110 degrees, which to me is a little bit on the cool side. I think they should be dialed up. Mine at home is at 130. So if you desire that to be a hotter temperature for your hot water, that's something they can certainly talk to you and show you how to do. You've got your gas cutoffs right here. When things are in line, then the gas is on. When they're perpendicular, not parallel, that is when things are off. So you've also got your main water shutoffs right here. This one is for your hose bibs. So if you want to drain your hose bibs in the winter, you just shut that off and then go out to your outside spigot and drain them. And this is your main water shutoff for the whole house. So if things ever were hitting the fan water-wise and you needed to just shut everything down, come out here, throw that lever down, and you're good to go. So another thing the builder will show you is where your different crawl space access points are. I like these ones that are in the garage. It makes it a little easier to get on your hands and knees and get in and out without, getting grass all over yourself. My guess is there's probably one on the exterior as well, but you've got a secondary here. So the builder will also go through the panel box with you. They'll explain to you all the fun stuff in this panel box. They'll explain to you what this funky looking breaker here that's a GFCI, what makes it different from the other ones. Then you've got more GFCIs here, and they'll explain to you how all that works. And one nice thing is everything is so nice and labeled. I've been in resale homes where I swear you could not tell what was what. So this home has two electrical panels. So you've got two 200 amp. So you have a total of 400 amp service. And again, the builder is going to go through all that. They're also going to go through, like in your bathrooms and in your kitchen, all those wet points where you have a GFCI receptacle. They'll talk to you about that and what that means and what you do if you trip one, because they do trip every now and then. So coming over on this side, you've got your irrigation controller. So they will walk you through how your irrigation controller works, and you definitely, there is brand new sod on this house, and then here you have this beautiful irrigation controller manual. So when you're done with the builder's nickel tour of how it works and you don't remember what they say, you go right back to that. But the important thing about irrigation is when your sod first goes down, it needs a ton of water. So it's getting watered probably like 3 times a day. Now, as you're in the house a few weeks and that sod starts to root, you have got to cut your water back or you will be overwatering. And then as you go through your first year in the home, you really need to look at different parts of your yard, because the irrigation guy is just setting up standard times. Now you might have parts of your yard that are sunnier than others. They might require more water, so you might have to take that zone and up it a little bit. And you might have some that are shady, or maybe getting water from the neighbor. If you got some water running downhill from the neighbor, so you don't need as much water there, you can have to cut that zone down. And these are all things the builder is going to talk to you about at the walkthrough. And the important thing about this walkthrough is take your time. They typically take, I know the one today took about 3 hours, but this is a pretty big house. But your typical builder walkthrough, depending on the size of your house, will be 1 to 2 hours. Some of them, again, getting up to 3 depending on the size. But really take your time. That is the time really you're gonna have to find all the cosmetic defects, get those squared away, and then ask your builder any questions you have about how this brand new, gorgeous home of yours operates. They will be happy to answer those questions for you. All right, we're gonna head outside and take a look at what we see out there. All right, we're just gonna take a quick walk around the outside. One thing I noticed right away is the doorbell chime is missing. Again, that was probably just went on a written punch list. There was no need to, really put that on a, put tape on that. So again, we were just talking about sod, and this is brand new, fresh sod that just went down. Coming up to this gorgeous back porch. It's got this lovely fireplace on it. It looks like it's set up for a TV and some other nice things there. Again, there is some blue tape here. So we've got some paint issues here on the outside of the house that the builder will be addressing. But overall, again, this was a really good walkthrough. Things are looking very good. Again, this is where the HVAC units reside. The builder will certainly walk you through those and how they work. And then we've got the panel box, the electrical meter for the house, and then you've got a disconnect over there. And then it does look like they have a whole house generator, which that Symphony box has something to do with that. And so again, the builder will talk to you about all this good stuff. You can see there are actually 4 HVAC systems for this house. All train equipment, which is good. Like they say, nothing runs like a train. These little guys in the ground, so that is your irrigation backflow preventer right there. The builder will talk to you about what that does, and that's where when you blow out your lines, in the winter when your irrigation contractor comes and gets the water out of your line so it doesn't freeze, that's where they'll do that. Then here's a sewer clean out. If you have a backup of sewer from here to the street where the sewer line is running, that's where a plumber can come and try to get a snake down in there and clean out that line, or run a camera in there to see what's going on. These little green guys, these are having to do with the valve controls with the different zones of the irrigation system. So they let your irrigation contractor get to some important stuff in there if they need to. Here you've got the gas meter for your house where the natural gas is coming through. So a lot of good stuff over on this side of the house. And we're gonna walk around to the front porch. I do love this paver driveway. This just looks so beautiful. And this fountain out front, just very, very classic. Then you've got some nice lighting here. That thing that's standing up right there, that is actually a down wash light. And then you've got an up light right here that's lighting up on the front of the house. Another cool thing that you can just see if we go way up there is we've got soffit lights throughout the front of this house. So at night when you turn those on, it gives a nice down light from the soffit. Very, very cool. I'm telling you, they thought of a lot of stuff on this house. So again, we come up to the front porch. Again, you'll notice, I am sure this is on the punch list. The electrician has not gotten to the doorbell yet. So that'll be an item on the punch list, just wiring that doorbell chime. And then we're missing a little cover up here on the front porch. Again, I think that was just so obvious, or it was hard to get paint or get a piece of tape up there, but that will be on the punch list for sure. That's kind of it for our exterior walk of the home. I'm gonna head to the back porch and we will wrap this video up. Well, that's it for this video on what you should be looking for when you do your final walkthrough with your builder. I've mentioned before in previous videos that my wife is a custom home builder. She's one of the very few female home builders in the Richmond area, and I think that's really cool, and I'm super proud of her. As a matter of fact, her company, Youngblood Properties, actually built this lovely home that we walk through today. Now, I've been part of the new construction community for over 20 years, so I know a ton about the building process and could be a very valuable resource to you if you're thinking about building. So don't hesitate to give me a call, shoot me a text. All that information is below if you have any new construction questions whatsoever. And also, I've created a super handy Richmond relocation guide, which you can link to just below. It's a must download and it'll save you tons of time and effort if you're thinking about relocating to the Richmond area. And remember, if you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, heck, even 9 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. All of that information is below, and I'll help you make a smooth move to Richmond, Virginia. Hope to see you around town.